It's
Yes.
me.
You forgot it. Wow,
But
your ass trash.
it's been that long. January?
All right, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hi.
Blue Mouth. All
It's
right.
me, Gifts.
It's the one and only Mr. Musty Facts, and
This
this
talks
talks
to
to us.
us.
How you been?
Oh,
I see
amazing.
you all metal, all metal.
You want
She's
to know
showing for
why?
y'all. Why is that?
I really want us to get our last view of the accessory. See? Because in less than 15 days,
They gone.
they gone.
How you be all right?
So I started with these babies. And you know what I mean? Like to have, it's like a sentimental moment almost.
Okay.
So
No, no,
you're
no.
not that
I
deep. You're not that
understand.
deep. You're not that deep. It's
I had them.
okay.
I had them. So I'm with you. I understand.
But you don't have depth like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have connection.
You got a great point.
Connection. Like we've been bonded. We've had meals together. We've had great conversations together. We sleep together every night. We wake up together every
That shit sounds
morning.
so crazy.
See what I'm saying? Like it's a real bond. Like
You giving Trump vibes. I ain't gonna
saying
lie
some
to
more goofy shit.
Yeah, you giving Trump
This
vibes.
man done went to somebody's school and said because of the trade war, people kissing his ass. An official leader of the free world,
Yes, that's why he say what he say. He's free.
the most, some would say, most organized country,
I wouldn't say that.
the melting pot of all countries,
I say that.
a place where people go for freedom and redemption, like all these great things. And you out here saying some old goofy shit.
That ain't goofy. If they kissing his ass, they kissing his ass. We
You
don't know
don't think
what's
that
going.
there's a more political way to say kissing my
And
ass?
I think that's the problem. As the world has evolved, or the world has changed. Right? I say.
Professionalism should change.
No, no, no. I'm saying as the world has changed, I think people are changing. I think a lot of people just want the cut dry shit. I think that's how he got in office because he says wild shit. And a lot of
If
times he say the shit that people are
if
thinking.
President Obama would have
I'm tired
said,
of hearing about President Obama. He hasn't been
the
a
point
president
I'm making
in how many years?
is,
But you know what's funny? We wanted him
had
to say that.
had Kamala said
I'm lying. I don't give a
it,
fuck if she say it because she's never the president.
had Biden
He
said
actually has
it,
said even worse things.
had
He
anybody,
said, what did he say? That they kind of took him over the edge. That's the fuck I'm talking about.
the point I'm making is
Okay.
to say this is not stand-up comedy. You're speaking at a fucking school, representing an entire country. And so for you to say dumbass shit like that, I mean, I guess I'm so confused. Like, why are you getting a pass?
I'm not. Because it's America. Have you? This is America.
We
Y'all got your slipping
represent,
though?
okay. You're speaking to other people who you have trades with, people who look up to you. There's a little boy right now, a white one, I'm sure, 7 years old. It's like, I want to be the president of America. And like they hear this old goofy shit and think that.
They think that they can come out and be themselves. So I think I like dealing with the rawness.
Are
I
you
get what
able
you're
to be
saying.
yourself at work?
Funny thing
To a
is,
certain degree. Stop
right?
it.
And I think to a certain degree he shows that, and that's why there's a healthy balance. I think we wanted to see Obama come out and say some shit like that, but Obama felt like he couldn't. I would have been like, all right, cool, but it's relatable. That's all it is. I think
Saying that other countries are, first of all, you don't know
they
how
probably
the
are
other
kissing
countries,
their ass.
but you don't know how the other countries gonna take that.
But-
Because I don't like disrespect.
But who's to say it's disrespect? Who's to say that they not? So the one thing I do want to keep in mind, we don't know what other countries are saying about us, and we don't know what they're saying on their
Agreed.
TVs because they're more monitored. Like North Korea, right? North Korea could be saying "fuck the United States," and it'll never
sure
get
they
out
do.
because they're more secretive. They don't go and blast everything that's happening in their countries. So I think that's a thing. I don't think that they're not saying it. I just think they are more censored to us. No,
Professionally saying it.
censored to America. There's a lot of things that happen in other countries that don't get out until later on.
But it's not like absurd like
Yeah,
that.
like prime example, right? I know we talking about Trump, but think about what's going on in Africa right now,
king.
right? And you see what he doing, and I don't know if people realize maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they said that they were giving non-Africans a chance to get out of Africa. They wanted the land back, right? They tried the political approach. They said no. You all, especially in South Africa, that was where it was like where I had seen it at, and they played like yeah, whatever, nigga.
Ghanaians are pushing out non-Ghanaians.
Yeah, mainly French.
Yeah, like we want our shit back. Like y'all played around a little bit, but the one thing I also don't understand is last time I saw they were selling some of their ports to China, and I didn't like that because like the fishermen that live there are now having to pay a tax and so I mean I don't know the rhyme or the reason behind it. I think that it could potentially backfire for the locals that are there, but I guess I mean if they making them pay their way. China, like I don't know,
And
but I like
maybe
the fact that they
maybe they
pushing
doing,
motherfuckers out for sure.
but maybe they doing a deal too. So you know how you structure a deal and say, okay, we know that our locals are gonna take a hit, then you have to do this, this, and this.
Yeah,
We'd rather get
I'm
something than get
hopeful.
nothing. And the way that man is talking,
And he on his business too.
he ain't
I
playing no
hope he.
fucking games.
I'll say this. I love what's happening. I love the idea of pushing people out. I think that integration is not always the greatest.
We know that.
We see it here.
Yeah.
However, I think that I hope that he has the muscle behind the mouth.
And I think that's what it is though.
Right?
And,
Like if you got the muscle to enforce such a thing, I support it. I like it. You commanding your shit back. I feel like if that could have happened 1,000 years, you know what I mean? Like
but I think that's the thing. And it's the speech that I heard him, he mentioned all of the great leaders. The last leader that he mentioned was Gaddafi.
Gaddafi.
And he said that everybody has tried, but they talk fear. You know, people say, "Oh, don't do that because they'll kill you," and I think it does resonate to over here as well. And I don't want people to get it wrong. I don't think they want a war. I don't think they want death. However, they're letting you know that they're willing to die for it, and I think I think that's something that America and other systemic racist countries understand. There's a reason why they don't fuck with China as much as we want to play. They don't fuck with China because they know China ready to go. They know that Middle Eastern people, I'll say, they ready to go. When that whole 9/11 shit, quote unquote, came about and the Bin Laden movement, they know like these people will die. And that's something that people.
That's that YN mentality we talking about.
Yeah, but they only respect death.
Ready to die about your set.
And the one thing I do want to make a point to say is that I know that you can't group all white people in a box because they have been some of our best allies from slavery on to even today. But I think you do have to choose what side of the line you stand on. And that it can't be a question about that. You can't have a person in question as to do you support me or you don't support me out loud or behind closed doors. And if you support me behind closed doors, I gotta know why.
So what about those people who have been supportive, but they just happen to be white? They still got to get pushed out?
No, that's like saying Bernie Sanders. From what I know about Bernie Sanders,
I fuck with Bernie Sanders.
You don't push Bernie out.
I'm talking about in these African countries. So like
I think that they have to release their land, and they have to work with the African government to do what's best for Africa.
Okay.
Because that's really what it's about. That's like it's a quote that Muhammad Ali stated. If you see 100 white people run into a room, you're not gonna try to guess which one like me and which one don't. You shoot, and that's how I believe. I personally do believe this is how some white people view black people because they don't know how to decipher blacks and niggas. You know, I have a thing about niggas. I think niggas did nothing but hurt black people, and I think black people
1,000%.
And I think black people are the reason why. One of the reasons why we get treated to this day the way that we get treated because. We
lump us all together.
Yeah, and we make excuses for nigga shit. And I'm one of them. I don't want to be a part of the nigga movement because niggas have done nothing but destroy our neighborhoods.
I won't argue with that.
The only thing you asked me the other day, is there a need for niggas?
Do you need niggas? Yeah.
Niggas only good to push out other niggas.
And what about the fact that to other people, all of us are niggas?
And those are the people that you need to get rid of them too. because you don't see us all saying that all white people are Nazis
Trailer trash. Okay.
or even that. We don't do that, and I think that's why I say there has to be a line drawn. You gotta let me know where you stand. I told you a long
Had it.
time before. I love Southern racism.
Had that conversation with Shannon Sharpe. I mean, he don't draw the line like, oh,
I think he do.
trash.
I think he do. And
Taylor Swift, like, it don't matter. Like, you just gotta be snowy.
you know what?
Yeah, take a deep breath. You don't have to do a snow bunny too.
I have.
How you different than Shannon Sharpe then?
Well, first of all, I was in my 20s. First of all,
Okay. Well.
and
She in her
I
20s?
didn't, and what I didn't do. Well, I was. Shannon Sharpe is 50, and I didn't make a point to only say I'm gonna only deal with that group of people. I didn't.
It just so happened to be that way.
I mean, I went to college in Maine. You know the ratio?
I understand that, but it was 10 black bitches around your black, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of them was dealing with. You see what I'm saying? It's diversity, and you got to understand that
That's true.
it's wherever you are. And again,
Shannon Sharpe is
I am going to
around
tell you, but
black people all the time.
I think his is a choice. But at the same token,
Okay, cool.
At the same token, we don't play with the same bag.
Poor choices. He said he don't date according to age. He date according to his wage. And the reason why that blew me a little bit is because
She's an OnlyFans chick. That the one that's hitting him with
there's Suki is an OnlyFans chick.
No.
So
That's what I'm saying. So there's a perception out there amongst wealthy black men that's what that is. Like they know how to conduct themselves. There is a perception. That's why that white women know how to keep their mouth closed. They know how to stand on business.
Nobody ever say white women know how to keep their mouth closed.
That's why they keep fucking with them, and they know the setup. And here's the
they clearly
thing.
don't know the setup.
They do.
He's got like how many $1 million? They clearly don't know. And this is not the first and the only. So like this is a repeated pattern.
That's what I said. The perception is, and I think it's not a
Where are we
race thing.
getting this from?
I think it's a woman thing. I think it's the type of woman that you choose. I don't think it's a race. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if she's. I mean, Kim Kardashian is not white.
What is she?
Kim Kardashian is what the fuck is that? Assyrian. Yeah. So she's not white. She'll tell you.
How do you define white?
I'm talking about like but actually no, that's not. Because the Syrians are more so like Arab, yeah. So they are different.
So first of all, I thought she was Armenian, but either way,
Armenian, they Arabs, they're Arabs too. They all the same. They all come from that same area. So they are different. But they would never group themselves with white women.
White women don't want to group themselves with white women, so that means nothing.
You don't
the
think
point
so?
I'm making, what I see.
So, Pam
I'm trying
Anderson?
to figure out.
I mean, Pam Greer.
I'm trying to.
I'm sorry, Pam Anderson. I'm sorry, Pamela Anderson.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I tweet.
Whoa. So, explain to me how you define white women.
Anglo-Saxon, English.
So, if you're from England only,
No,
you're white?
not only if you're England. If your background is of, what is it? Would it be considered Scandinavian? Like,
No.
I don't know. But so how do you define them? Because I know that
European descent. That's a whole continent, right?
And none of the women that we just talked about are of European descent. Kim K is not of European descent.
So where is Armenia? What continent is that a part of?
Is it? You know that?
I just asked you, what continent is Armenia in?
Give me a second.
So she's Asian.
Okay. So she's not white.
So
she's not white.
Okay, so I won't argue with this. She's Asian.
Right.
Okay,
she's
cool.
not white. But
it's part of the Caucasus region.
That's crazy, right?
So
Turkey to the west.
So, I'll say this to you. There is this thing that white women are glorified amongst athletes, men of power, men in the talented 10th. You understand what I'm saying? And I just want to know, how many times do you have to get burned to realize like that's just not it? I guess.
So I can't tell you that because I'm not in their shoes financially and
okay.
popularity wise. However, it does happen. I'm seeing it happen in like your urban communities now, where they can
What?
come in. They can come in from the suburbs, and it's like a big thing when a white girl comes and she appropriates black culture,
Sure.
right?
Niggas love going to Iowa getting them a fat white bitch.
No, I don't think it's that. I'm thinking
What?
like
That's the
old girl that's
thing.
doing the line dancing, how she just charged $6K. Like,
What are you
to
talking
see them,
about?
you ain't see the girl who do the dance, the line dance, the freaky line dance. She's charging $6K a party.
She's white?
Yes, she a white athlete.
This is really pissing me off, but go ahead.
But what I'm saying to you is that I think
you
to
just made me
see
so mad.
I think to see anybody white to do anything in the black culture is glorified. Whether it's Eminem, whether it was Elvis.
The only thing that
See
they're
what I'm
doing in the
saying?
black culture is fucking black men.
But hold on. What I'm saying to you is there's always a pedestal that's being put where it is. And y'all, I know you want to say it's
What
really
are you
just black
talking
men.
about?
They're always put on a pedestal.
Who?
Any white person that does what black people do.
How does that equate to the white girls that they fucking?
Because they looked at, from a brainwash standpoint, they looked at it as they know how to conduct themselves. They know how to handle themselves. And they don't want to allow ghetto woman. This is, I'm telling you.
That's my problem,
That's
right?
what I was gonna
because
say.
all of us are loud and ghetto.
But they're not. And I think that's, and I'm so first of all.
Savannah James
I do want to let
is
you know. I do want to let you know.
loud and ghetto.
I don't agree with it, first of all. Because it sounds like
He said, I date according to my wage. So in my mind, you think that this 19-year-old skinny, narrow white bitch is a grade of wage that's amazing, as opposed to a black woman with substance or at any age. And so
Because
your
he
wage
probably
equates
thought-
to white.
he
How
probably
does
thought
your
that. I
wage
can't tell
equate
you.
to white bitches? I don't understand.
I don't know, but I can tell you as a
I
athlete.
date my wage, not my age. Well, you know what? I love the fact that unanimously black women.
Didn't he date? Hold on. Didn't he date Nicole Murphy at one point in time?
Everybody dated Nicole Murphy.
So
I like the fact that black women unanimously are minding our fucking business.
you think
I
so?
like the fact that we see these posts about him and we be like, oh, okay, cool. What y'all want from the store?
That's because it ain't Lil Baby.
Because we don't give a fuck about a man
Nope.
who has shown us
Not
his
true.
ass.
Not true. Not true. It depends. Y'all don't say that about Rick Ross. When he was only when he was fucking with white women, y'all didn't say that
Because he
if
didn't
you-
only
but
fuck
it-
with white
but
women.
then-
And
but
he
then
didn't
when you
say,
see-
I
but then
date
when you
according to
see-
my wage. Do you know how offensive that is?
But-
Your wage, as if we are less than the
But
dollar. Like,
I don't
what the
understand
fuck?
Why, I don't understand why black women get mad about shit that don't. It's not a direct hit to y'all. Evidently, that's like when women used to get mad about Dennis Rodman fucking with like Pamela Anderson and all these women. Women were getting mad, but y'all don't want the nigga. He ugly as hell.
Why do
y'all
you say that? We date ugly
Because they
niggas all the
didn't-
time.
but he was a guy that nobody wanted.
Why would you say that? I doubt that women didn't want him. Why would women? There's no.
The man came out and
there's
said it
somebody.
himself. Stop. So you now, and then I don't like the goalpost pushing. If the man say I was treated bad, I'm looked at as I'm ugly. And this, that, and the
Everybody.
third,
You think white bitches don't think he ugly too? Only black women think he ugly?
Maybe that's where he was
Indians don't think he
going.
ugly too. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know,
You listen to
but-
dumb shit and you run with it.
No, I listen to a man telling the truth, and I know that.
No,
stop.
that's
You
that's
just
subjective,
you're
and
trying
he's
to tell-
lying.
that's subjective to you, but you can't tell me what I experienced. So if
What
that's
I do believe is
but
that
if-
you looked
but-
at it from one fucking lens.
if that's-
You didn't
but
give
if- but-
enough black
but
women a
if-
try, but you gave plenty
I
fucking
don't
white
get
women a
it.
try.
No, he did, but that's what I'm telling you. If I'm going in a party, and this is what pisses me off about black women, y'all get
party
so,
that you in.
Stop. What pisses me off about black women is y'all get so fucking mad about our experiences as men, as black men. Y'all get so fucking upset about our experiences that when y'all tell us y'all experience, y'all want sympathy and y'all want empathy.
What?
But y'all don't want to give it. So when you hear
'Cause if your
stop,
experience is-
but you see how you keep doing that. So when Eve talk about how she was fucked up about black men and she jumped her ass over there and she gonna get with this rich millionaire, I think he European, when she get with him, ain't no backlash for Eve.
She
Girl,
didn't
get
cut
your
off
coins.
black men.
Yes, the
She just
fuck she
found one.
did. No, yes, the fuck she did. But see, if I just told you that Dennis Rodman didn't cut him off, he
He
went.
did.
No, he didn't. He was still trying to fuck with him. They weren't fucking with him when he was going to these freak offs.
That it was a bunch of white bitches
No,
it was two
no, it
black
wasn't.
bitches and they don't want you now. It's all
No,
black
no,
women.
no. He was, but see, you looking at that, but he was doing it in college. He was trying to fuck with black women in
The
college.
same fucking college you probably went to. Some shit with a bunch of white bitches
No,
and
he
two
actually
black
he
ones.
actually went to a junior college, I believe, but he was down south.
So you assume that JUCOs are filled with black
No.
people?
Listen, what I'm saying. Oh, see this shit?
No, you just said
Listen,
that.
listen what I'm saying.
He actually
though.
went to a JUCO.
But you didn't
So
let
it
me
got to
finish.
be black bitches
No,
there.
you didn't let me finish. I said in Texas. I was saying in Texas.
The most racist. Okay,
But
what?
what I'm saying to you is, you see how you get so aroused because
You
this
pissing me
because
off.
this is his story. But
What I'm-
if you let a woman, but anytime a woman tries to tell her story, and you hear men saying that, you hear black men saying that, y'all get pissed.
I never
Because we
heard-
have an opinion
I never
about that,
heard-
but then y'all don't want us to have an opinion, but y'all want to have an
I
opinion.
never heard a black
This is
woman
just as
say,
bad. This is just as bad as the whole Kamala Harris thing.
Black
When
men
we be
thought
like,
I
I
was
didn't know enough
ugly,
about it, so I didn't vote.
and so
Oh,
I
so you
went
said fuck that? You don't love black
white
people.
women.
You
Don't do
shit
that.
sounds stupid.
Don't do that, 'cause that
It
happens
is,
that one
it's-
fucking time.
No,
Like,
no,
don't
but
do
it's
that.
this is
Shout out to Unapologetically podcast.
Yeah, that's
Thank y'all so
cool.
much for inviting us.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, y'all, I think the problem is, like, y'all want to hear what y'all want to hear. And if it's our truth and it don't sound like what y'all want to hear,
Yo, truth is
no. But that's the problem. If y'all don't want to hear what we saying, but y'all want to be heard, it creates conflict when it comes to communication. And I think personally that is a problem within us as a black community that I know for, right? I don't know what goes on in every other community as much or what's displayed, but I know
you
that's
should, because you was fucking white bitches.
yeah. But so here's what I can tell you about my experience with white women, right?
Please don't make me come
No,
across
I don't
this
care.
fucking
I don't
jail.
care about that because you asked for this. Here's what I can tell you about my experience. My experience was it was more patient at that time. My patience was a little bit different. I can tell you that
You mean you
What-
giving them more grace?
I was definitely giving more grace.
You gave them more grace.
No. I was giving more grace. That's the problem. Because when I say, hey, this is what I'm going through. No, fuck all that shit. Nigga, my brother went through that. I'm not your motherfucking brother. I'm not your brother. I'm
'Cause
not
we
your
all
cousin.
sound like that.
I'm not your brother. I'm not your cousin. But this is what I'm saying to you. Like, I know that there's a white man there's a black man that talk proper, not white. He talks proper English. He enunciate all of his words, but he don't get that play. He a corny ass nigga to women in urban areas. But then when a white woman
not
pick him
all
up,
black women are in urban areas.
Listen, but when a white woman pick him up because she don't laugh about how he dresses, she's cool with him being himself. She's cool with the fact that he's a nerd. Girl, that nigga lame ass nigga, I'm finna go on. Man, fuck what he talking about. But when he finds somebody
I've
that
been
accepts
telling
him,
you this since the beginning of time.
Yes.
You always pick the motherfucking worst caliber
no.
of fucking black woman you can find.
No.
And you make that the fucking the martyr for all black women.
it's
Like,
not that. It's the simple fact that you don't believe that these things are more are happening more because you're not there.
I think
and
if you
then when I'm
change
telling
the
you
angle-
when I'm telling you experiences as a person who's lived on every part of this city, right? So my scope is wider than yours when it comes to that because I have lived everywhere in this city. I haven't just lived on the west side of Chicago. Right, I did
Sorry to hear that.
I did go to a hood school and all that shit. I can tell you that patience is different. I could tell you that they not shooting for the nigga that's driving a Chevy that's a D-boy. I can tell you that. But when I tell you that, you don't want to hear that shit, but you want me to listen to the shit, the excuses that you give with women.
not excuses, Trey.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, the reasons. When women give their reason on why they don't fuck with this person or why they don't do this or why they don't do that. It's unfair. Which brings me to our main topic at hand is communication. And I want to know, why do you think it's so hard to communicate openly with the ones we love?
Excuses.
You think so? Explain.
I think that it's hard to communicate with people who you don't think will hold themselves accountable,
Okay.
who will take ownership, people who don't make you feel safe, people who have continuously upset you. it's hard for me to want to tell you everything about me, open up, disclose, be vulnerable with somebody who doesn't make me feel safe, somebody who doesn't make me feel seen. That could be your mate, that could be your mom. We got parents. Well, we grew up in an era where we were latchkey kids. Our parents left.
Latchkey.
Like we raised ourselves for the most part.
Okay.
Our parents was at work all day, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we opened the doors for ourselves. We came home. We knew our limits. We had tasks when we came home. So if my mom, when she came home, didn't give me a hug, didn't tell me she loved me, didn't talk to me nice and ask me how my day was, right? I'm less likely to tell her, hey, Mom, I saw this boy and he liked me and I liked him.
I can agree with that.
Right? Because when I tell you other things, you yelling at me. When I make a mistake, you don't give me grace. So I don't know that what I'm going to say to you might not make you evoke that same emotion and start yelling at me. That can come from, that's in the parent space. I explained to you how it can come from in the mate space. It can come from anybody who you deem is close to you. If somebody who ain't close to you yells at you, makes you feel away, you can brush that shit right off.
True.
You're not holding on to it because you don't give a fuck about them essentially. But when you're somebody that's important to me and you don't make me feel seen, don't make me feel like the things I say are valuable, I don't want to tell you shit. Fuck you.
You said with a smile.
I don't want to communicate with you because fuck you. I want to be as minimal as possible. I want to be as surface as possible. I can't get depth with you. I can't give you certain layers of me. Why would I?
You know why? Because you know what you've been through. So this is why I'm asking it.
When you say what you've been through, you mean like
Changing
Chanel or like?
No, I'm saying changing the angle, right? Knowing that you know your childhood. You know the era. You're an 80s baby. You're a cool. So,
I am not a cougar.
you're a cougar. But anyway, you know.
What's the age limit for cougar?
We went through this.
Come on, Mike. Tell me what's the age. Yeah, Google it, cause he gonna piss me off.
Just, all you gotta do is find the meme that the kid posted.
No, cause if that's a kid, I don't trust kids.
He a YN. But what I'm saying to you is,
See what
right?
I'm saying? Who trusts those?
But what I'm
The
saying,
fuck?
what I'm saying
Mike,
is,
when you get the stats on what a
yeah,
cougar
just let
is,
us know. So
let me
what I'm saying to
know.
you is, if you know what your childhood is, why not have more grace for somebody who's had either a similar. Go ahead, Mike.
So this says the age range for a cougar woman is generally considered to be a woman in their 30s and 40s.
Thank you.
Particularly those who pursue romantic or sexual relationships with men significantly younger than them, 10 to 15 years younger.
30s and 40s is the key. You're a cougar. Mid 40s,
fucking men
mid
10 to
40s,
15 years younger, and I am not.
Mid 40s.
Me and my baby daddy is 26 days apart.
Look, mid 40s to 50s.
me and my partner are 26.
Now that we got that out the way, thank you, Mike, for that stat.
I am not a cougar. Thank you.
Let's let it go. Cool. What I'm saying to you is, given the fact that you know that a person has had a similar, at bare minimum, a similar background as yours, why not give them grace? Why not try again? Here's something that I have in a book that I'm reading right now. I'm almost finished with. They talk about how, because he's a pastor as well, how they talk about, hey, Jesus forgave. He told them to forgive 77 times, right?
What?
Yeah. How many times should I forgive my brother who does me wrong? 77 times.
I think that
Times seven. I
think
what I'm saying
that
to you is
Jesus is a weirdo. Number one. Number two.
Wow.
If you think that I'm going to fucking forgive anybody 77 fucking times, I don't have that much. He died and rose. Okay, I don't have fucking 77 times to forgive anybody. I don't have 7 times to forget. Like, fuck you, because you don't care.
But you see, but again, this is what I'm talking about.
Why should I continue to endure?
Because you forgave your parents. You forgave your parents that much, and that's what you don't realize. Your
Somebody
parents
who
have done
gave
things
me
to you.
life.
That ain't got shit to do. Actually, if you want to think about it, it's really your dad gave you life. Your mom just carried you. But That's a
Okay.
fact.
I had to come through her coochie. Her canal.
You could.
I heard her heartbeat from the inside.
Okay.
Not many other people can say that.
What I'm saying to you is,
my daddy just released a nut.
no, he had to stir that nut up. But what I'm
I
saying
don't know how
to
they
you
was
is,
doing it back in the 80s.
you
know
definitely wouldn't know.
When you
You're
say
not a
stirring
man.
it up,
You're not
you
a man.
used to watch Harry Coochie porn?
What I'm saying to
Like that 80s porn?
What I'm saying to you is
That was wild, wild time, really.
and that lets me know that you was watching.
Coochie is hairy like that. It was like bushy too, like a fro.
There's something wrong with her.
I'm sorry.
You see how she trying to get away from it? What I'm saying
No,
to you,
it's still super weird. 77. Like,
What I'm saying to you is just-
what was his logic? Like, what was Jesus talking about? Like, I really want to know.
you got to read the Bible, and that's just a book, right? But what I'm saying to you is, I think the power is in the forgiveness. So,
you know what?
you hurt people. People hurt you, but
I'll take that back. Jesus was right. I should forgive because it ain't for them no way. That don't mean I gotta fucking keep them around though. Did Jesus say that?
I didn't say keep them around.
Okay, good.
What I'm saying to you is when
I'm fucking with Jesus again.
When you supposed to forgive, right? I think we just got to be mindful of people's background and the fact that we know, right? We know that I met your mom, I met your dad, I seen your brothers. I know who I'm fucking with. So if you choose to have a life with them, you choose to create a life, you choose to, share your world with them, you know what you're getting into.
That's not true.
Yes, you do.
That's not true.
That's bullshit. As a woman, that's
hold
bullshit.
on now. You ain't never been in a space with a motherfucker that pulled the wool over your eyes.
Left her ass. You hear me?
Okay, yes.
No, but I didn't choose to have kids with him. You understand? I didn't choose to.
Okay, we didn't bring that up.
No. That's what I'm talking about. But that's what I'm talking about.
Right now?
What I'm talking about is the people that you choose.
Forgiveness.
But the people that you choose to keep in your life, which is your loved ones. That's why I said. You know where they come from. You just talked about being seen, right? And being heard. Mm-hmm. But if you know that it was hard for them to be seen, it was hard for them to be heard, why not give them the same grace?
I think that
you won't.
So I don't have a problem with grace.
Unless you're perfect.
I don't have.
We know the fuck you not.
Okay, cool.
Leo.
I mean,
if you was perfect, you wouldn't have needed braces. That's all I'm saying. If you were perfect.
I think that God made me with gaps.
Man, fuck out of here, B.
Because everything else about me was so perfect. I got to get her a little spring. Okay, whatever.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Fuck no.
Either way, I do believe that, like, I understand giving grace. I do understand that. I think that you have to give grace to share space with anybody. I got to give my boss grace. I got to give my coworkers grace. I got to give my employees grace.
They not your loved ones. Stick to the script.
Okay. The point I'm making is you have to give people grace. I got to give Mike grace. Mike was 10 minutes late. I got to give him grace. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
See, look,
Mike,
look.
straight.
A lot. Straight.
On the real. Mike always on time.
My point is, you got to give grace. I give you grace. You have to give grace in order to have a relationship with anybody. Because again, like you said, there's no perfect people. However, I don't know how many times you're supposed to continue to give grace before you feel like, and I know you're going to hate when I say this, before you feel like somebody playing in your face.
I don't hate that you're saying it. What I'm saying to you is you still got to realize just because you give them grace, you might not have a conversation. You might not try to have
that shit.
Right, you might not have a conversation. But if you're not having a conversation, how the fuck can y'all come to a point where y'all understand each other?
I feel like you understood when you did that.
No, they didn't.
Certain
Because if that's what you've been seeing, right? If you've been
and you knew it was wrong when you saw it.
No, if you
and so you want to evoke that to somebody else.
No,
you knew how it made you feel, but you want to do it to somebody else.
But if it made them, they probably got numb to it. That's
so
like
you
right
want me
now.
to get numb to it?
No, but it's a behavior that's learned. That's like how y'all call each other bitch, right? What if you got that friend that don't call me bitch, and she turn up on your ass? You want her to give you grace because this is how y'all talk. But I don't want that. I don't want, like, I'm like that. Like, I know the YNs, they call each other bitch. They play bitch. You know, in our era, we don't play that shit. Yeah, we don't play that shit. Bitch, shut up. Hey, man, bitch, we finna go fight. Bro, what? Bitch, come on, let's go fight. But that's what I'm saying to you.
Why is the ass whooping an answer for everything?
The ass whooping back in the day was that. And see, here's
terrible.
this is perfect that
Let's
you mentioned
communicate.
that.
Let's talk.
But that's perfect
Let's
because
come to
a lot
point.
of us fought back in the day, and they made us communicate to realize that it wasn't even worth the fight.
You communicated with fists?
What? No. After we fought, you got to go sit your ass down. You had to shake hands. Y'all got to talk. What was the
like
problem?
Playground or something?
It was playground and in school.
So like when you was adults, you had to do this?
If I fight you as an adult, we never gonna be cool again.
Really?
Yes, because I'm gonna try to talk with you. I'd rather use my words. Hey man, you
ain't never fought a friend as an adult.
I have as an adult.
There you go.
And the only
I knew your ass was lying.
But the only reason, shout out to him, the only reason why we like that is because we had a real conversation. And I wasn't starting that conversation. I didn't want to fight in the first place because I knew that you not in your right space. Real shit. I knew he wasn't in his right state of mind. So I don't want to fight you. But the fact you hit me, I thought, hey, I ain't fucking with you. You know what you did, but you hit me.
He hit you and you walked away?
No, what? I tried to knock his shit off.
And now y'all talk.
Smurf came back.
You see what I'm saying?
No, we talk now and that was out of love. But as a 40-year-old man.
You cannot hit me out of love. What are you talking about?
Your mama whooped your ass out of love. You whoop your daughter out of love. Come on, B. But what I'm saying is,
Not a friend. Like, what are you talking about?
As a 40-year-old man, I swear, if we fight, we'll never be cool again.
But it was okay when you was 30.
It was okay because I was still maturing. And I didn't understand
You don't think that you still maturing right now?
Not in that space. Fuck no. Signed, sealed, delivered. You put your hands on me, because I got to heal. For me punching your motherfucking hands?
Heal
no, healing different
your
now.
turnaround time was better, but you weren't Wolverine.
I was cool.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Hey, actually, you got me fucked up. I went to work the next day.
Nigga, you still had to heal.
No. Now, a fight.
Now you slowly
tussling.
Walking up.
Man, no, it ain't even that. It's that next
knees.
morning, B. It's like right now, I can't hoop without feeling.
And you know I got
sweaty.
asthma. So
That's what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is, like, even like with the communication, I'd rather have a conversation with you, because it don't need to be that. It don't. A lot of shit we go through right now, it don't have to get turned to that. That's, to me, like, right now, because
we were raised that ass whoopings was the price to pay for everything. Now we feel like we still supposed to give out ass whoopings.
No.
That'd be our first threat. You cut me off, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, everything is like an ass whooping is the price to pay for
true.
everything.
That's very fucking
because
true.
we conditioned to believe that ass whoopings cure everything. It's a scare tactic to everything. Like, why?
So
you're
right
not gonna
now,
communicate right now.
I am.
You know, you cut me off.
And that's what I'm telling you. No.
You cut me off in
no
traffic.
bullshit. Hey,
I don't like that you
know
did that to
I deal
me.
with that shit.
I had been waiting for this
every
part
day.
for 2 minutes, and then when you cut me off, you don't do that.
No, you know what you do? You talk to yourself in your car. Because if you get out the car, you gotta do something.
That's what I mean.
But I'm not getting out my car now. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it. And I might see. I ain't lying. I remember a woman cut me off at Walmart.
It be Walmart. The caliber of people are different at Walmart.
Hey, she cut me off, and I'm like, you got it, Queen. Joe the fuck off.
But I think it's because
if
she was a man.
I had a man give me the middle finger. Fuck you. Woo wop the
period. Because fuck you. I'm with him.
And I'm like,
I'm just saying.
It's cool. And I'm like, hey, I get out this car and beating this man the fuck up.
See what I'm saying? I ass up.
No, you hear what I said though.
But
you know what? I didn't get out the car.
You ain't saying I got this car to talk to him. Communicate.
No. Because I know the action now. I know the action. If I get out this car, it's up. So you know what? You got it. Because at that time, but even more so now, right? Now I get cut off. Now I get called all out my name. And we be about this close to each other. And I'd have had a motherfucker call me, you bitch ass nigga. You a bitch. You a bitch. And I had to tell him, like, you're only mad because your car don't work. So you did start
communicating.
Yeah, I say, hey, he get on the bus. Hey, do the machine work? Yeah, it work. It been working all day.
Oh, you was working. That's different. Okay. Yeah.
I told him though, the only reason you talking crazy to me because this uniform on. If this uniform wasn't on, you wouldn't be talking like that. And he was embarrassed.
So that was your threat.
No,
of an ass
I tried to tell him, like, go ahead.
Price paid every
day. No. I was like, because it wasn't that serious. I'm trying to get the fuck from downtown. It's traffic. And then my problem was, it's like, yo, you're my elder. You're talking to me like this because you fucked up. So like you say, lack of accountability. You mad because your girl, you embarrassed in front of your girl. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to get up the block.
So the communication
was The only reason you talking to me, I say, hey man, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, bro.
What I mean
And then I
is-
had to tell him like the only reason you talking like this is because I'm in his uniform. You know that.
So
it's
tell-
cool. I love you, bro. Stay up.
So tell Jesus, okay, you communicate with the person that you love.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of, because you love them, the price to pay, being an ass whooping, the price to pay is my absence.
Yes.
I can forgive you, Jesus. You told me to do that. But I don't have to be with these same people.
I agree with that.
I don't have to give these people access to me.
I agree
so
with
when
that.
you make the sentiment about communicating and you say, why is it hard to communicate with the people that we love the most? It's because a lot of the times you've given them the grace. You've forgiven them. You've been open to them. And they just don't make you feel like seen.
Do you ever take accountability for what you didn't do though? Fucked you all with that, right? Do you ever stop and say, did I communicate to them in a way that they understand it? You see how I'm never putting it on them because it's not about them. It's really about me. Yours is about you. When I tell you fuck you on this podcast,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you didn't put me off a lot of times. You
Sure,
didn't fire
sure.
me.
Sure,
But like,
sure.
no, it's about how can I be better? And that's through communication. Because a lot of us, I don't believe a lot of us really let people know what we about. I think when people be like, hey, you ain't got to dance around it. Just tell me the truth. You're not asking me a straight question, first of all.
Wow.
Secondly, you dancing around what you trying to find out. Just ask.
I think that I'm very clear when I communicate.
Fuck no.
But
I know you. Damn,
that was quick.
Fuck no.
You ain't need-
Sometimes you
what?
are. Sometimes you are. Other times
Okay,
you.
well, just let me finish saying what I was gonna say then. Damn.
I don't want you lying to the people.
But it's not your story to tell.
I know, but I don't want you lying because I'm a part
But
of
if
it.
I want to lie, like why you?
I don't want to be.
stop me, is what
I
I'm
don't want to
saying.
be an accessory
I
to this
wouldn't,
lying
but
ass
what I'm saying is I
crime.
will let you lie. On
My
yours,
bad.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
don't. Let me keep it G.
Well, I mean, but I
Super
can't
musty.
tell you. Okay, either way, what I'm saying is, before I was so rudely cut off, I think that communication looks different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I didn't communicate it to you the way that you understood. If you don't tell me that.
Bullshit. You know your people. You know who you dealing with. I hate when I really don't like when y'all do that.
Who the fuck is y'all?
See how you thought it was some racist shit.
No,
I don't like when people do that.
How would I think it was some racist shit and you a nigga?
I'm definitely not a nigga. We're gonna stop that.
Definitely
We're gonna
not a
stop the
nigga.
fucking recording
No,
right now.
you
with
might be
that.
a nigga. I'm not a nigga.
I'm not a nigga. I'm anti-nigga. I do not like niggas. I'm
You
sorry.
A little niggerish.
No, I might have some tendencies, and I'm
Say
trying to
nigga.
purge. No, nope. You are not gonna call me that. And going forward, I know this is Cinco de Mayo. I will not.
You gonna
I
get some
will
tacos and margaritas?
not. I
What you
will-
got? What
I
you got
will
playing, gang?
Nothing. But I will
The
not.
strawberry, you know, the strawberry joint or something?
No, I will
You
not
like you a cilantro and onion
respond
type
to
nigga.
nigga. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
You like a cilantro and
You
onion
gotta
type
be
black
better.
man.
There you go, brother.
That's crazy.
Brother is great. Angie Stone, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
One of my favorite
Angie
songs.
Stone.
But no, like for
I
real,
hate that fucking song.
for real though. I think we should do a little bit more of
But how do you know that what you
because I
communicated
know my
wasn't
person.
receptive?
Because I know my person and I ask questions.
But I know that I said it, and so
You know you said it, but did you ask? Are you understanding what I'm saying or no? Now you know when
But
a
why
motherfucker.
would I do that when you can just tell me
Because
that you don't
because
understand?
because it's for you. It's not for them. Because it's really to get it off your chest. You understand what I'm saying? It's really to get it off your chest. Yes, it's only to get it off your chest. I know I did my part. Now, you know me, my cutoff game is impeccable, right?
That's how I used to be.
Now, my shit is...
No, that's how you. And now that is what I will
But
say.
that's what
I
I'm
probably
saying.
fucked up. So in my younger years,
Man.
I would literally just like cut people off and not say nothing or explain.
And then you probably have some thoughts later on.
Not a one.
Because I about to say, at the age I'm in now...
Not a
The way
one.
this evolved, man. After I put it out there,
See, at least you put it out there. Like I never.
that's why you
I
want
feel
shit.
like
You want shit. You was damaged.
no. I just had a low tolerance for bullshit.
Full of shit.
I feel like you know what you did.
But
I
we
don't have to go
don't.
to you and explain.
But what pisses
People
me off?
literally
No, the
know what
fuck
they do to
don't
you.
always know.
All right.
The fuck they don't.
Okay,
Mike, you do you know every time you hurt somebody's feelings?
No.
You know when you did it intentionally.
But that's what I'm telling you. Some shit ain't
Some shit do be
intentional.
intentional.
Some shit
And
ain't
when you do
intentional.
intentional
And
shit, like,
depending on their background,
'cause fuck you.
like you understand how some people come in the house and their environment, whether it's their house, their neighborhood, is just fucking ghetto.
What?
It's fucking ghetto, right?
I didn't expect that.
Hold
like,
on,
what the
listen
fuck
what I'm
are
saying.
you-
I'm saying ghetto
What?
for a reason. It's just fucking ghetto. And they take them ghetto ass tendencies everywhere they go. Cause they don't fucking know no better, or they
What
think
the
they.
fuck are you talking about? What just happened?
Micah, you understanding me?
I think you was talking about them ghetto tendencies turn around like they start hurting people on
Yeah.
What?
without.
You better bring it home, King.
So
'Cause
what
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know
to,
what the
so
fuck you
I'm
talking
gonna
about.
give you a ghetto tendency, right? I don't know why you acting like you don't know this, but like, you know, some people feel like they should just say whatever the fuck they want to say, no matter where they at.
You.
No, I don't, and you know I have a filter. We could be, let's say we at a restaurant downtown. I'm not gonna wild like, yeah, man, these motherfuckers, man. I'm not doing that.
But that's because that's not just in
but that's
you.
what I'm. It was.
You right.
It was.
It might be.
It was. But that's what I'm saying. Due to your environment, you don't know. Right now, you can have a kid who like to say, man, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, and then he get in a place where he's saying nigga and everybody looking at him like he wow. And I'm not even talking about white people. I'm talking about he can be amongst some older black people who that shit really scarred them.
Very
right?
ridiculous too. Very disrespectful.
But he don't think it's disrespectful because it's just how I talk.
Okay, so what we saying?
What I'm saying to you is you don't always know when you're offending somebody. You don't always know when you hurt somebody.
I think that-
So you feel you know what the fuck you did? Nah, I really don't. You playing in my motherfucking face.
I probably
Now
do
you
be
getting
feeling like that,
upset.
low-key.
Now you getting upset. All along, they really didn't know. They didn't know you felt that way because you choose to limit your conversation. You choose to limit your explanation, or because they ask you for explanation. That motherfucker want to play with me in my face. No, I'm asking you for a reason, and I've seen
I
that
can
in
fuck with
I've
that.
seen that in relationships.
I can fuck with that.
A man don't know that he hurt your feelings. Why? Because he ain't tell you that your makeup look nice. You think he's supposed to compliment that? Like, nah, baby, I'm sorry, I really didn't notice.
Yeah.
My mind's somewhere else. Well, you should notice. Nah, baby, right now we man, motherfuckers talking about we might get, they might let all of us go next week. And I was trying to figure out how to tell you. You see what I'm saying? It's other shit that can be going on. But we limit
I think
our
that
communication so
there's-
bad. We limit our communication so bad. And then
I don't want to minimize people's experiences.
Okay.
But if somebody didn't compliment you or notice something about you, I don't think that it's fair for you to be upset about that.
You don't think it's fair,
That's
but
why
somebody
I don't
else
want to
might. You
minimize
see what I'm
other
saying?
people's experiences. However, I don't think that that's
keep
enough
pointing
for
at
you
you.
to. What
My
I do?
bad. I keep pointing at you. My bad.
It's okay. I think that is. I don't want to minimize, like I said, people's experiences, but we have to at some point realize when some shit is just us. Because if you're that hell bent on somebody noticing your makeup, then that might be indicative of another problem, and maybe you should do a little self work.
But I think that's why you know who you deal with.
But I think that when I was cutting motherfuckers off, I was fully fucking aware of me, fully fucking aware of them, and they knew to stop fucking playing with me.
Okay, I can understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, I think we do have to do a better job at openly communicating with us, our loved ones. I say our spouses, our parents,
argue with that.
and the reason why I think
Children.
anything that you need to say, there's different ways to say it
Now I agree.
to not hurt people. Okay, and I think that's the problem. I think one thing I just mentioned today in a post is I commend. I know Mexicans, Asians, Indians. They do it right. They live with their the grandparent lives with the family and shit like that. I commend that shit because I see such a major benefit that we missed out on. And I lived in the house with my grandmother. You know what I mean? And so a lot of that wisdom that my parents couldn't give me because they had to work, I got it through my grandmother. God rest my granddaddy's soul. I got fatherhood from my granddad.
It's about how you say it.
What?
You just said about how you say things.
Yes.
And you think that
My grandparents.
you say things the way they should be said?
Sometimes I do. My thing is though, I took so much time away from the shit that don't concern me, and start to focus on the things that do concern me. If I know, like, I reflect when I say something. I had said some wild shit to my oldest son. Right, me and my oldest son got into it, and I think it was healthy because I think my oldest son seen the pain. Right, I think my oldest son seen the passion and the love that I have for him, and I want him to be much better than I was. Whatever
so he
that
took
looks
a stray.
like. Huh.
Well, he took a stray. He
He
caught a
did.
stray when he had to.
And guess what I
low-key.
did? No, but he didn't take a stray because it was something that provoked it. It was his actions that provoked it. It was his attitude.
So you couldn't find a better way to say it? Because
No,
we were just talking about.
right. So listen, I have been seeing it a lot, and I tried to have the simple conversations with him.
So you were
but
at
here's
your
the thing.
fed up point.
I was at my fed up
Jesus
point.
said 77.
But guess what I did? I went back and I explained to him. First of all, I apologized to him, and then I explained to him because that's something my granddaddy didn't necessarily apologize. My granddaddy explained. I wanted him to know that I didn't mean to take that out on you.
Your granddaddy was an explainer?
Hell yeah, he a military man. Now when I tell you, you go over there.
I hate when you do that when you talk
That's
about
what he
him.
do. And he
That
said,
make me so mad.
That's my guy. But I think that's something that I am
Do
learning.
you feel like that's...
Because you know they say the thumb is pointing back at you.
Yeah,
Ain't no thumb pointing at you. You know when they salute, they hand like this.
But I guess I don't understand. Like, why are you pointing at me? Like, would I do that? Like,
I don't know,
what's
but it was,
happening right now?
that's what it is?
That's on...
Okay.
What? Why though? Why are you
Yeah.
cutting me like this?
Because
Is this him getting his point across? He said with like
when
this?
he didn't point like this. He pointed you like this.
This is crazy.
And he getting your
Crazy work, really.
I really do. I think that's something.
You do that? I'm asking.
No, I actually.
You do that? You should
But you was in the
implement
military,
this
wasn't you? Right. He was a Marine.
Yeah, it's a Marine thing.
Right. See,
You should.
simplify.
Oh, because you're not a Marine then.
Right. But
I'm
my
gonna fuck with that.
my whole
low-key.
thing with that is
I feel like I'm gonna beat your ass if I do. Stop fucking playing. Like this me. Like stop fucking playing with me. Like
man,
this.
I heard.
Not
well,
you
he,
pound your
he
fist.
definitely got his
Sir,
point across.
when you talk-
me, no, I do. I
do
pound my
this?
finger. What? Man, motherfucker, you gotta stop playing with
That's
me.
it. Shut the fuck
But
up.
now I done got to the point where
Shit funny as hell.
I'm so.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right up in your motherfucker.
Yeah.
But see, mine
He
is
almost,
the
hey,
one
he
finger.
definitely used to hit me right here.
Then he did that to you.
Yeah, my granddaddy was.
I like
Vietnam
the fact that
vet.
he was like, you know, he'll fuck you up.
No,
I like that,
but
though.
for real, though,
That's what's up.
And I just found a
I
different
want to
way.
ask people what's their "I'll fuck you up" hand gesture now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good thing.
I'm gonna ask people, what's your "I'll fuck you up" hand gesture? Is it
Yeah.
what you just did?
My pointing hands. You see a lot of guys be like, "Hey, I promise you, a motherfucker don't stop playing with me. I'm gonna beat the brakes off this motherfucker." They looking at, but yeah, I did. I turned up on them, and
I
I
need
had
to know
I had
what's
to,
everybody "I'll fuck you up" hand gesture.
I had to check myself. Some people, baby, because if we
some-
get going, yeah.
I didn't realize that everybody has one now. That's crazy.
Actually, but now I like when it's up, I put my hands down to my side or in my pocket. If when I'm pissed, you'll see
he
me do
old
this.
than a motherfucker.
No, it's because the reason is, y'all might laugh, but for me, my hands out and you not somebody I love, my hands out, I'm throwing these bitches. I boxed. I'm throwing these bitches. Quick.
So if your hands come up out the sweater, it's party time.
When it's these motherfuckers
Do
get
you
to
calm
moving,
yourself down? Is you calm yourself down right now?
I be trying, and then I be like, fuck it, I might well send this bitch up.
What?
I might as well send
Your
this
mind
bitch up.
say that?
Yes, me. Hey,
That's insane
Me,
to
him,
me.
and him. We had conversations.
That's nice.
We be like, I be like, hey, what's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna end up punching this motherfucker. He say one more thing, man, I'm punching the fuck out of dude.
What the other one be telling you then?
Damn, bro, just walk away from this shit.
Oh,
This shit
okay.
ain't worth it.
That's insane.
Cause now you gonna get in here, you gonna get to putting your hands on motherfucker. They might get to shooting this bitch. It's just
I
shit
like that for you. Okay.
Yeah, you
Who
gotta
be winning the most of the time?
My good guy.
Okay,
Actually,
cool.
my
Ooh,
good
shit.
guy has won. Up until one of my people got shot. For me popping off first, but I'm a little guy.
What?
Yeah, I'm a little guy. Motherfuckers talking crazy in the club, so I hit first. And we didn't know that it was a gun. Yeah. Anyway, that was a long time ago. But
When you was fucking white bitches?
nah,
Cause
not
how
at that
can
time.
you dare
Not at that time.
be Mr. Rah-Rah, I finna send this bitch up, but now you saying I want this Because if she was
You
more
know what it's
calm
called?
with
You know
me,
what it's called?
she was more patient.
No.
with me.
She
gave
was.
me more grace.
Hey.
You out in the streets giving them hell, but you want to come back to this bitch West. I just want to.
First of all, that's very different. Very different times.
Get the fuck out of here.
Second of all, see what I'm talking about?
You don't think this is, I mean, you
but you know
black
what?
men.
So they don't ever want to see you evolve, and I think that is the
That's
problem.
not, no.
You're showing
I asked you, was that the same
No, I
time?
didn't. But you know why you went back to that? Because you don't like the fact that sometimes you do need to do some self-reflect as a black woman.
I love self-reflection.
As a black woman, the way that black women do treat or make black men feel at times. We do, like, as of right now, we look like a fucking price tag, and that's it. Whether you like to hear it or not, and you know it because you love black men.
I hate to let you know,
because you love black
but
men.
You
and
all
there are
have 1,000% always been a price tag.
But that's what I'm saying. So now,
Grandma told us at early ages.
Which grandma?
To get,
don't
do that.
I gotta see which one.
Nah, it don't matter.
Which one?
Our elders.
Because my grandma
aunties,
didn't. Because I'm gonna tell you, my grandma didn't. My grandma just said, "Don't fuck with a nigga who ain't got nothing." And I think my granddaddy said, "A man that don't work that don't eat." But however, this bullshit that's going on right now. If this motherfucker don't take me to a 5-star restaurant, I don't go to Fridays. All this goofy ass
That's
shit.
how they feel about women with BBLs. I mean, everything is evolving and changing.
But so that's the thing. But y'all get away with it more than we do. We no bullshit. We'll date a motherfucker that work at McDonald's. We'll fuck with a chick that work at McDonald's. And like her ass. Because we don't see you and feel like we need you for that. Y'all.
Right. I mean, the needs that we have for y'all should be different than the needs y'all have for us.
No. Because the money's gonna come. One thing about women that pisses me off, and especially my beautiful black women, y'all motherfuckers don't know. Y'all elevate the fuck out of us.
You understand what I'm saying?
Y'all either gonna elevate us or y'all gonna drag us
just
down.
Said women. He just
no, because that's
shit.
that's been
white
my.
Women apparently don't give a fuck about a nigga having money. Get the fuck out.
No,
of here.
I'm not talking about that. The reason why I'm talking about that is because that's the room that I deal in. First of all, so let's please stop it because you know this the second time you didn't pull some shit along with when we was on the other podcast. How they want to pull some shit and call me a Trump supporter because I didn't vote for nobody. They call me a fucking Trump supporter.
They thought he ain't like black women.
They thought I ain't like black people. I'm like, wait, what?
And
y'all
when
definitely
you make
don't know
comments
me.
like what you just said,
and here's the funny thing,
queens, and then go attack.
You want me to say it ain't an attack? It's the truth, and that's what I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is a serious moment. That's the fucking point I hate. I hate that shit, man. Y'all don't give us room to open up, but then get mad when we don't open up. That pisses me the fuck off. And that shit has been going on for a long time. And I ain't gonna let you play this one. Like, for real. And I'm not talking about you in general, because from what I know from our friendship, you're an open book, right? You be, hey, what's going on? You cool. But I'm telling you, like, that shit is out of control, man. Like, you listen to these men, how many men. The fucking question is, when did you realize she was a safe space? Well, that's because, stop. Why not just say, you know what? Maybe I'm not making this black man feel like a safe space. Maybe I'm not making him feel at his best. And I do believe the reason why is because a lot of black women don't understand their power. They use their power to tear a motherfucker down. You piece of shit ass nigga, you ain't shit.
Okay.
Why? Because I didn't want to do this?
I think that we should stop here.
Yeah, I know you gonna think that.
No, I know you're gonna think that, but it's follow up for us to have for the next episode.
You right.
Like a to be continued.
Yeah.
Because of what you just said, I want to put a pin in
y'all blow the fuck out of me with that shit. But I love y'all though, and I ain't going no other way. I ain't going no other place. Just because a motherfucking then explored, he gets shitted on because he explored.
I just
However,
the fact that
you've been saying because you like white bitches. That's what you just said that so many motherfucking times.
You like white bitches.
But when you see black women, they bounce in and out of race. No, because you like white men. You don't hear her say that. We be like, no, she was trying to find her way.
Well, we have to
the fucking goalpost. The goalpost is never the same. That's just like when she was. But don't put that epidemic on us.
Y'all put the epidemic on y'all. What the fuck are you talking about?
You just use Shannon Sharpe. You just use Shannon Sharpe.
I could pick 30 more others.
But that's not all of us. That's still a small percentage.
Again,
that's
still an epidemic.
But it's a small percentage. That's not your... To be continued.
To be continued. To be continued.
Yeah,
thank you. Follow us on all
platforms.
YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok. We're not even gonna say Facebook because she fucking around.
It's me, kids.
It's the one and only Mr. Musty Dirty Facts, and this talks for us. Yo, trash ass
nigga.
What I just tell you, woman?
You right, black man. It just don't
See that? See that?
You sound
I
I
hate
gotta say
it.
it. I
hate
gotta
it.
get used to it. I gotta get used to it.
No, you gotta
get used
stop.
to it. I
You
gotta
gotta
get
do
used to it.
better. You
Black man. I gotta.
You could just
I
say
gotta say it
brother.
aggressive. I gotta find an aggressive way